That's pretty close. Oh, just a wrapper. You want to sniff? I just had Kirkland Chewy protein bars. This is what we get from Costco. I don't know why they call them protein bars because there's only like 10 grams of protein, but it's better than no protein. You cannot have that, okay, Luna? Might have a chocolate chip in there. I actually got up at 6:30 this morning. My alarm scared me. You want to know why? Because I'm pretty sure I just fell asleep. And then I heard that going off. And then you might be like, well, yeah, I got up at 6:30. You know you've reached peak don't give a shit when you have zero. Okay, my hair didn't look like this when I got up. And you probably thought you didn't do your hair yet. My hair's done, okay? My hair was worse than this when I woke up. Anyways, you know you've reached peak I don't give a shit, or maybe just because I mean, sometimes the kids tell me I'm like an old lady sometimes. I went outside in my moo nightie, some sandals, no socks, so that's a good start there. Did I put a bra on though? Maybe, but my sports bra. I can't wear bras. And then I did get laundry all folded and put away at 10 o'clock last night. Except Grace's laundry that I don't fold the kids. I don't fold anybody. Well, David does his own laundry. Okay, so it's just me, Matt, and Grace. I take care of mine and Matt's laundry to put it away because I don't want him coming home from work and doing anything. But again, if I need help with something or it's a bad day, he will pick up the slack. And you might be like, what about the kids? David takes care of garbage and recycling in his room. I was going to say Grace takes care of her room, but you've seen a little peeky in there. And Grace does clean dishes. Well, she puts away clean dishes. She will do dirty dishes if I ask her to do it. There's a lot of stuff in here I don't get no one to do besides me because I can't sit around. Even yesterday I asked, oh yeah, where was I going? So I was outside. Oh, Grace's laundry. I don't fold her laundry, I just put it in a pile. And she just walked right by it last night and went to bed. So I'm gonna have to, I do have something else. I do have a lot of dishes I need her to put away. But I was outside this morning. Went over and woke Lilo up, took him outside, changed his diaper. Miriam wanted me to, she left a note saying, can you please water my plants on Tuesday? That plant she has in her dining room, she also has those same plants outside. And I was like, you want me to water your fake plants outside? Because there was only a few real plants outside. I didn't water the fake ones, just the real ones. I think I spent like a half hour with Lilo. I'm going to go back over and again in about another hour and a half. And then I'm thinking I'm going to stay over there, like take him outside, clean him up. I already took care of his food and water. I'll do that, his food and water again later today. I got to clean his eyes again. But when I go back over this next trip, I'll probably stay over there long enough to do the master bathroom, clean the master bathroom, the master bedroom, because yesterday I went over there at 1, did I? Yeah, 1 o'clock, and I stayed till 4, just hanging out with Leo. Came home at 4, I made supper. What did we have? We had that chicken Caesar salad. I made home fries. And then I threw some popcorn chicken in the deep fryer, because the deep fryer, I know I shouldn't be deep frying food, but I did. We don't use it too often, like, maybe once or twice a month I will use the deep fryer, maybe. That's maybe. I mean, we go months without using it. Yeah, and then I came home, made supper. I went back over at 6, and I stayed over there till 9:30 last night. and I ended up doing the kitchen. Like, I cleaned the entire kitchen except for the floor, and I did their main bathroom, like, and then I shut that door so Lilo stays out. Today I have a bunch of stuff. Do I have a bunch of stuff? Yeah, I do. I gotta do our floors today. I gotta make Grace's birthday cake. Get some balloons taken care of. Sorry, I got food in my teeth. David brought me home a coffee. If you watched, I don't know, did I talk about this in both of videos yesterday or just one? Me trying to think of ways for David not to move out. I mean, I'm joking with him now at this point. He's like, don't make me feel bad. I was like, I'm playing around by, I know you gotta grow up if you want to move out. But it's just a potential. He is just waiting for his friend to get back to him. Because the job that's a possibility is his best friend's, it's a family company pretty much. And I think David's best friend just wants him to go work with him in general, to be honest. Which would be perfectly fine. David wouldn't have to do night shifts anymore. I think he would have his weekends back again. My only thing I told David, I mean, Matt and I, we've always told him, when it comes to like moving out and just in general, just be careful. And when I say be careful, the first thing that comes to our mind is like him becoming an alcoholic or doing things beyond just like edibles or smoking joints. David doesn't smoke cigarettes or anything. He mostly, I mean, he drinks beer, obviously. He gets high. Not all the time. But does he get high daily? I don't know. Maybe not. It's possible. I don't think he does though. But yeah, I just don't want him to start popping pills and shit and then end up in the emergency department or out on the street or something. That's what I think about. Cause so many kids, I mean, his other best friend out here was he ended up in the hospital, in the ER. But he, I mean, I know his other best friend, and it makes sense. Hey David, Zach's doing better, eh?
Oh.
Yeah. I was just saying that, if you do decide to move out, I just don't want you, like, doing things that could put you in the hospital or out on the street or something. So anyways, today's hair, I was thinking I could give Kate McKenna a run for her money with that meme. Or mem. Is it meme or mem? Meme. Meme. David, why don't you want to be in my video? Cause why?
Yep.
What? One day. Then I was gonna try and do like a Dragon Ball Z hairstyle, but I don't think that'll work right now. We can still see you. David, I love you. Camera shy, I tell you, camera shy. He just got off work shift like 2 hours ago. Hang on, no, sorry, that's a lie. A couple hours ago. He got off work at 6. He has no work tonight. Wonder what he's gonna do today. Anyways, he might not be moving out. It just depends. The reason why he would move out is because, again, the job would be... We Googled it this morning. The job that he would have would be out past Airdrie. And, yeah, thinking about it, it's too far because Airdrie is like, what, an hour and something drive out? I don't think Matt would drive an hour outside the city and then Matt have to turn around and drive back to make sure he gets himself to work on time. So David would move out there with his friend. And whoever else is living out there, I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's like family. Because like it's a family business. It's welding. Oh, that's the job. I know. welding isn't what David wants to do. He wants to carpentry, but I was like, well, you know, you go get into welding, at least that's something. You could always switch over, like go do the welding job for however long. I mean, you're 19, he's young. He could do that for whatever and then switch over while he banks his money. He wants to buy a house. He wants to do that young, which would be good. Buying a house though is so expensive. I wonder if Grace is gonna get a... Okay. I will stop keeping you guys in suspense about the other thing that I was... When I say visualize too, it's just like I can picture something, seeing it, or whatever. Obviously, visualization. Something that I'm thinking about. Have I thought about this before? Maybe. Nason Road is where I'm thinking. And again, this could just be me. Maybe I hallucinated this. Or maybe this is just something I, hallucinated or just thought up in my own head. Did I, just as an adult, or did I think about this as a kid too? Anyways, did somebody find Billy Joe, Tiffany, or Terry sitting in the bedroom window on Nason Road? Or is that just something really weird that I just was thinking of, you know? For some reason I mean, was that talked about as well? Either Tiffany, Terry, or Billy Joe sitting in one of the bedroom windows. Well, it would have been us bigger, so Terry, Tiffany, and myself shared one room, and I think Joe and Leo were in the other bedroom. For some reason I feel like maybe it was just talked about and never really happened. But was somebody found sitting in the bedroom window with their feet dangling out? Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't put it past us for somebody to do that. I say that because, you know, sometimes people we used to throw Barbies out the bedroom window into the tree out front on Nason Road. If you're wondering why I keep like looking over and stuff, because there's a window right there. Lots of people walk by with their dogs and stuff. Plus I'm a busy nose. I still remember the time when when we lived on Nason Road, I was 10 and under. So, I don't know how old I was when this happened. But I remember, do I know what I was thinking? Knowing me, my brain cells, I probably wasn't thinking. But I stuck a piece of metal rod, where did I find that at? No idea. I stuck a piece of metal rod into a lamp that had no light bulb in it, and I wasn't aware. Did I know it was plugged in? Was I just being risky? I don't know. But I put the power out in the entire apartment building. That was shocking. I got grounded. I was made to stand in the corner when somebody came in the bedroom and realized. I mean, I wasn't holding it when anybody came in. How did Mom find out what I did? Don't worry, I didn't try and do that again. Yeah, I got grounded. Well, I was made to stand in the corner in my bedroom. Dad was gone. Dad wasn't home. He was out picking up pizza for supper. Which was strange because it wasn't very often we got takeout. So that was a good day. Mom said I wasn't getting any pizza. Wait till your father gets home. Did I have pizza for supper? I think they gave in and gave me a slice or two. I mean, they weren't going to let little me go hungry. Maybe Mom was like, I don't want to make something else for her, but I'm going to give her this pizza because she needs to eat. Did I stay grounded for that? It's not like I was purposely trying to like put the power out. I didn't know that was gonna happen. I don't even know if I knew that lamp was plugged in. Sorry for being a kid. Jeez. Which one of our parents is a weirdo? I wonder if my mom's secretly a weirdo and she's really good at keeping it in. Possibly. Who's more impulsive, mom or dad? Somebody has to be impulsive in our family. It's not just me. I'm not the only one impulsive. I mean, we all have our own little quirks and stuff. Who has really good childhood memories? It doesn't mean like, I don't mean good like, oh, this is awesome and great, but just like even like stupid things we did. I know me and Tabitha did some stupid shit. Shay and I didn't. I think most of the time when I got in trouble, I was with Tabitha. But some of the stuff her and I did is top secret. We are both good at doing things and keeping it so that nobody finds out. It wasn't like bad stuff, but it was like, if my parents knew back then, I mean, you guys can't do anything now. It's too late. Sorry. I don't have anything to fiddle with right now. I'm here rubbing my legs because I don't want to sit in this video and be like, so keep my hands down here. I bet if I tell this story, you guys might be able, people in St. Martin's might be able to figure out who this girl is. But there's this girl. She's on my friends list. She's probably on Terry and Tiffany's friends list too, and a cousin of ours friends list. But she might not want her name talked about. But she chased me around her yard with an axe when we were kids. We were like young teens, between the age of like 13, 14, 15. I think her and I are the exact same age, actually. So she'd be 38 right now. She's one of those kids. She's one of those, I mean, she's not a kid now, she's an adult. But I thought back then, because she lived in St. Martin's, very close to Tabitha's house, I believe. Yeah. She's one of those girls I felt like if you could hang out with her, you were cool. She's also scared the shit out of me all the time. But I would still show up at her door and hang out. Yeah. I don't think her and I had much in common, but I still kept going back. Because I never knew what we would end up doing. Smoking. That was a big one. She wasn't my friend first, though. I think she might have been Tiffany's friend first. Maybe Terry's? I don't know. I'm not going to say her name. But who do you think lived in St. Martin's very close to Tabitha's house? Whose house was really cool to go hang out in because her parents would be at work or whatever. She'd be like the Wednesday Addams of St. Martin's. I also like going to her house. I'm not going to say who it is. Because I was also intrigued because she completely different personality than me. Like I liked hanging out with people who were the complete opposite of me just because they were interesting as well. But I was thinking about that the other day. I mean, I remember a long time ago too, I told Matt that one of my friends chased me around the yard with an axe. And she did throw the axe at me. She didn't get me. And I know I was laughing and also scared at the same time because sometimes I didn't know if she was serious or not. And I'm also pretty sure I've said things too and I pissed her off, but I mean, I was a smart ass, so yeah. A lot of good times in St. Martin's, actually. Does that school still only go to grade 8? St. Martin's School? Is that where Danny's going to? Or is she on a bus now to town? I don't know if I could handle Grace going on a bus to go to school. Because out here it's... I mean, there are school buses, but you have to pay like... Well, we live too close to the school for her to take school bus. So she walks. When she goes to high school, if we're still living here, she needs to take transit I'm not sure how I feel about my daughter going on the city transit. I don't know. Grace is a tough kid. At least she looks like she's tough. I mean, she is strong. I don't know, we'll see. There's still 2 more years. 8 and 9. Yeah, she's got grade 8 and 9 at this current school. And then 10, 11, 12 at the high school if she decides to. She keeps bringing up homeschooling. So we will see. So aside from making Grace's birthday cake today, her and I were talking last night about getting the balloons done up. I think she's gonna help me because we have a balloon pump. We just need to figure out, maybe, I guess we could tape balloons to the wall. Because I did buy 2 things of clear tape at the Dollar Tree a couple weeks ago. We could tape the balloons. I'm just thinking because Luna comes up on the freezer, and I already know while we're sleeping she's on that kitchen table. So, but during the daytime, she, for the most part, stays off the kitchen table. For the most part. She will, sneaky get up there. Here's some news. It's kind of disappointing, but I understand. Matt might not be coming home Friday. Might. It's like, do I pray that he comes home Friday? Or, I mean, I told him what will be. I literally said what will be, will be. But I guess they're 3 days behind on the job that they need to be completed. For issues out of some of them control. Because, like, on the kind of jobs that a lot of people do, you don't just have people who are doing one thing. You have welders and plumbers, electricians, and whoever else, right? Well, the boomer broke down. What they call a boomer, that's probably not the proper name, maybe, I don't know. And then the plant got shut down. So that was kind of out of their control. Anyways, they're 3 days behind. His coworker who flew out there with him, he said he's coming home Friday no matter what. And I was like, well, that means you guys are gonna be one guy down. Like, what are you guys gonna do? Like, if he takes off, because the guy that Matt's coworker that went, he's in the same kind of line. He's in the same line of work that Matt is. So I'm not sure, but he would probably go back Tuesday like the original plan. But Matt was asked if he would stay. He's supposed to know for sure by tomorrow. Because, yeah, even I was like, I noticed there's no itinerary for you to fly back home Friday. And he's like, yeah, about that. And then I was kind of worried. Because I was talking to him while I was over at Miriam's before I came home last night. And then I was over there. I wasn't panicking or anything, but I was feeling like Grace is so pumped for Matt to come home and then us go celebrate on Saturday. And I was getting myself all worked up that she was going to get mad and storm off and stuff, because that's what she would normally do. But I came home and I was like, hypothetically, if something happens and Dad can't come home Friday, she sat down and she was like, if that happens, it's okay. She's like, it's work and Dad's working hard for us. And she was like sitting there with her hands folded, all serious and that. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, is that you, Grace? And I was like, oh, really? I was like, wow. I was like, that wasn't the reaction I thought you were going to say. She's like, well, I get it. Dad's working. He'll come back home. It's just hypothetical. He might not be back until 2 weeks, and because they're behind a few days, maybe even longer. And I know he's so tired. I don't mean tired as in like sleepy tired. He's tired. It's he said it's the most work he's done this year that he's done the past 2 weeks out there. Not because he doesn't work, he does work, but sometimes, because Matt also works with the city. Like I said, he doesn't just work here in Calgary, he works outside of Calgary and stuff like that. He works in other he's gone to 2 other provinces, I think. Where he's at right now, Is that a part of Alberta? Or is that another province? I'll have to Google it. Maybe, I think it's in Alberta, but he still has to fly out there. If you're wondering where he's out in Fort Mac. He just didn't want anybody knowing how close or how far he was from home. Either did I, actually. Not that anybody's gonna come here and be like, oh, the kids and Tammy are alone. But, you know. Yeah, he's out in Fort Mac. It's his first time out there. But yeah, anyways, he's tired because the amount of work he's doing is way more than what he's done, I think, the entirety of this year. Because you know how, like, stuff goes. Like, you're on a job site. Some days there's more work. Some days there's not. Some days the electricians mess up. Some days, I don't know, the city workers don't show up or things break down. Materials don't get ordered. The wrong materials get ordered. Like, all that kinds of stuff. So, he keeps saying, though, I'm done leaving, like, going out of town after this job. He said that the last time, though, too. But I don't know, we'll see. I told him at the end of the day, going out of town, that's up to him. I prefer for him not to go out of town, though. He's such a yes man, though. That's why. He's like, I'm not going out of town anymore. And they're like, hey, Matt, we need you out in Fort Mac. Okay. I'll go home, pack my bags. Gets out there, and he's like, I'm not going out of town no more. Well, I mean, like, not sleeping in your own bed. Being limited to what you eat. Because he's not going to go out to restaurants. I mean, he might go out to a restaurant once or twice while he's out of town. But I mean, part of the reason of going out of town is because you're making more money being out of town, right? So you go so that you have more money to throw in the bank, not go make more money so you can spend it, right? Speaking of that, what was I? Oh, maybe I'm not. I was having a conversation with myself earlier this morning about something. But what was it about? I don't remember. I think it was about being homeless or something. Was it? We're not gonna be well, I hope we don't become homeless. The other thing I'm thinking, if he doesn't come home, I will probably end up doing another 2 weeks worth of meal planning. Write that out. Do it as cheaply as I possibly can. I don't have to do it cheaply. Matt said, like, don't worry, like, you don't need to. I know I don't need to, but every time I go on, so calm down, gather your words. Every single time we go to the grocery store now, I walk out upset. The amount of times in just this year alone that I've gone into the grocery store, didn't buy no meat, didn't buy no snacks, just bought some, like, fill-in stuff and, like the basics. And it's like, where the money's gone. Like, one bag of groceries is like $200. It's like, I know. People have it worse. That's what I keep telling myself. And another thing I keep telling myself is, I mean, I'm out, like, half the time I'm like, I don't know how other people who are not in our situation are able to afford groceries. Like, how? Like, that would be hard. I mean, I know, because, like, yeah, the dollar store does sell some groceries, but they don't sell meat and whatnot. We are also contemplating, because meat is pricey, trying to come up with some meatless alternatives, but still have them at least high protein. I know beans and lentils and what else is out there. Nobody here likes quinoa or couscous. I mean, I think I like couscous. Couscous. That's what it's called, couscous. It's a cool name. But I feel like we need some cheaper meat alternatives, and we're not eating fake meat, no thank you. Or tofu, no thank you. That or just come up with cheaper meal ideas that go further. I don't like eating pasta all the time. Sorry, Leah. She's like the pasta. She likes her pasta. I don't know. I could maybe handle pasta once or twice a week. Maybe. I like rice more than I like pasta. I know. Younger me would have said I like pasta more, but I think I like rice more now. And I like salads. I like homemade french fries. I like potatoes. What are you guys doing to try and cut costs or make your budget for groceries? Do you guys budget for groceries? Me, I was like, I think I could do $600 a month on groceries. No. Then I was like, $800. I mean, we'll see. I want to see what we can do, because, yeah. Like I said, they're saying the average family of 4 is spending anywhere from $1,200 at the bare minimum to $1,800 or more. But I think to myself, if you're not buying pop and chips and chocolate and candy, do you really need crackers? Do you need granola bars? Do you need cookies? I mean, for the most part, what I'm naming off right now, we don't really buy anymore. I mean, we do buy pop here and there. We do buy chips here and there. Chocolate, because Matt and Grace are addicted to chocolate. Cookies, we buy here and there. But there's a lot of stuff, you don't have to buy. If you're like, oh man, I can't make my money stretch or whatever. There's a lot of stuff to think about that you're buying that you probably don't need to buy. Like, I do that, especially if I go grocery shopping without a list. But even when I have a list, I'm like, ooh, that could be used for future use. Especially if it's something on sale. But I need to start telling myself, do you really need that? Staying out of certain stores helps too. Did you guys get that grocery rebate from Justin Trudeau? I guess like $100. We didn't get it, obviously. But like, because we make too much money, right? We don't even get GST. The last time we checked, we got like 10 cents for GST. 10 cents or 5 cents for GST. And they just said they would keep it and let it build up. And maybe one day, when it gets to like $100, they'll give it to us. Question, because I was trying to help David. Okay, David's 19. He did his taxes. He got his income tax. He held on to his income tax check for like 4 months. Did he finally put that? He might have went and put that in the bank last weekend. I was like, wow, you're the first person I know that would get a government check and just hold on to it. Like, you don't need it. Wasn't he supposed to start getting GST though? Because he's 19. Don't you start getting GST at 18? Or is that at 19 once you start getting it? Meaning he would start getting it whenever the next GST comes out. And then I'm pretty sure he's supposed to start getting the Alberta climate something. There's 1 or 2 other things out here in Alberta. Matt and I always forget about it, but they always just end up popping up in our bank account. And we're like, what's that for? There's like 1 or 2 different Alberta things out here. I think one's for carbon tax, maybe. I don't understand that. Again, because I don't understand politics and stuff. But like the carbon tax, why are they giving us our money back? Why is it the continuation of paying and then them giving us money back? Why not just let us keep our money to begin with? Right? David brought me home When I opened the door to him at 6:30 this morning, he was standing there with a coffee. Not in this cup. I do wash this cup, you guys. Don't worry. But I have been known to use the same coffee mug over and over again with washes in between. It's 9:30. So yeah, today I will be productive. I really will. I made lists yesterday of what I want to do on each day so I can visualize, get things done. Ooh, I had to get David to get me that cake pan that's on top of my cupboards. Cause yeah, I'll make Grace's cake. I'm gonna go over and see Lilo around 10:30. Stay long enough to get the, like I said, the master bedroom and bathroom done. Come home. I should probably, maybe I should get something to eat before I go over there. Sorry, I'm just burping. I listened to my Bible app this morning already. And then I did watch a, would you call that a devotional video? Or it wasn't like Tomorrow's World or Jack Van Imp kind of thing. It was when I do watch live, there's this guy on YouTube. His name's Hal Lindsey. Go look him up on YouTube. I think that's the first guy that I've listened to make some sense talking about the Bible. And go watch his Book of Revelation series. I started that. I was trying to do one episode of that series because he's doing the entirety of the Book of Revelation. But he's not rushing through it, right? Like, he's starting, like, the first chapter of Revelation and talk through it. A lot of things he explains, and, man, he knows how to make things make sense, right? That doesn't mean what he's saying is correct, so, but, he pretty much records his church. It's not a church session. What do you call it when you go to church? Service. He records his church service, and yeah, he's doing the Book of Revelation. I'm not sure what chapter he's on right now, but I should probably do that at some point today to get back into it. I can't remember where I left off on his church service. I think Revelation. Ooh, it's still early. Because he doesn't do one chapter per church service either. He'll start talking. And then he also refers back to other chapters that correlate. It's so crazy how in the Bible, even in the Old Testament, there's like a lot of parallels between a lot of things. Like, there's even parallels between Moses and Jesus, and I mean, when you look at things, I could probably write some things down. If you're on, like, I could probably write some things down so I can don't forget. Because sometimes I want to bring something up, and then I forget. I know where I want to go with something, but then I forget. I want to say exactly what it is, but there's like a lot of parallels in the Bible too. I mean, yeah, some of the stuff, I was like, what on earth? Who do you see, Luna? Who do you see? Guess what? She puked again today. You know what I think is making her puke? Eating too fast. That's my hand. Because she literally, after I got back from taking care of Lilo, came over. I got David to feed her while what was I doing? Something. And she pretty much puked right afterwards. Right? And you're eating too fast, you little kitty. That's my hand, there's nothing on it. Spooky season is upon us. Who decorates? Tiffany does. Who else though? I don't. I don't decorate for anything anymore, not even Christmas. So like, wow, Tammy, you're not fun. But you want to know something? Most people always thought Christmas actually was about the birth of Jesus. I know people will say, oh, we celebrate it because it's his birth. No. If you're really celebrating it for his birth, then how come you don't talk about him on Christmas? Tell me that. He wasn't born on December 25th. But we'll let people continue to think that. Do I know when he was born? No. But if I had to take a guess based on when they talked about John being born, and then Jesus being born, and then what was happening during the time that he was born, I would say fall. Before winter. Some people said spring. I'm trying to figure out how do they come up with spring, him being born in the spring. I was gonna say, is it a possibility? Maybe. That I'm reading things wrong. But I would think the fall. Does it say? In the Bible, there are things that it talks about us keeping. Like, I think the Passover and stuff, like, just because it's not just the Jews who are supposed to keep things going. Like Passover, the Feast of Tabernacles. There's a few other things. I've been saying for years I want to learn how to do the Passover. I know you gotta take out, like, if you got pancakes, anything that's leavened needs to be, like, out of your house. You can't just keep it. The purpose is to just not keep it in your house either. Get rid of it. Did I do Lent this year? I think I did. What did I do? For Lent this year, I didn't buy any makeup for Lent. And I was like, this will also help me with impulse control. And then you know what I did after Lent? I went and bought makeup. Not a ton. Just a few pieces. I'm gonna have to, I'm not gonna wait till Lent to try and do that. I know some people for Lent, they just give up, like, I don't know, chocolate or something. Me, I was like, I want to give up something that I have a hard time with. Social media would be a good one. I think I made a whole list of things that I was not going to do for Lent. And then I realized how hard it was, and so I crossed things out. And me being me, I was like, oh, not buying makeup would probably make more sense for me. I think I was just trying to take the easy way. I wonder if Miriam and Rick do Lent. And I asked that because, well, I'm wondering that because Miriam's Jewish. Is Rick, did he convert? I was baptized as a baby, of course. Did I mention this to Mom and Dad? Yeah, they know. I think most people know I got rebaptized as an adult. Because when we're a baby, when we're getting baptized, we have no idea what's going on, right? Which is fine. Some people just do it as a introduction or something. I'm not sure. But I got baptized. Grace is 13, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago? Has it been that long? Anyways, I was always going back and forth of where I would go to get baptized. There was one church I called, the church that I was going to up here, and I brought up getting baptized there. And they're like, oh, or being reconfirmed or something. I don't remember what they said, but they wanted me to, like, pay a membership and all that. I'm not paying a membership to attend church, guys. What? You're a people of God and you want me to pay to attend church? You know, I'll put money in the dish in there, but to pay a membership? Why? I mean, they probably put it to good use, right? But anyways, I ended up getting baptized by a Jewish rabbi. Well, rabbi would insinuate they're Jewish, right? And I was baptized publicly because I wanted to make sure, I want Jesus to know that I'm not ashamed or embarrassed, right? So I was baptized publicly out in a lake. with some other people I didn't know. And of course, it was a regular day at the lake, so the lake was full of people having barbecues and all that stuff. It was a nice day. Have I struggled since then? Yeah. I wasn't too sure after getting baptized as an adult if something would change. I mean, I think changes are happening, but not fast and not all at once. If you know what I'm saying. Because since getting baptized, it's not like I've been devoted to God, right? It's not like I've been putting him first. Again, I don't always put God first, even though I know he wants me to put him first every day. And then it's like, how much time do you spend with God? I know like 10 minutes in the morning is not enough. I mean, let's say, the general idea is in everything that you do, make sure God's included in it. The thing I was listening to this morning, it brought up a good point. I might have to rewatch it again so I can take notes, because I don't like miswording things and then sounding like I have no idea what I'm talking about, and that's exactly what would happen. But it has to do with repentance and how do you know if you're a Christian, and something was said and I was like, wow, I think I'm one of those people who do that. It had to do with salvation, right? I think it applies to me though, because I do this too. So that means I need to re-listen to it again and take notes and post it on my board so I can be like, Tammy, remember this. I ain't perfect, guys. It's hard trying to put God first, to be honest. It really is. It's not like I'm out, 2 a.m. doing stuff I shouldn't be doing or that. Like, I find myself, for a very long time, it's very rare I will watch anything that has sexual content in it. I know, you might be like, lame. But, I'm just not into it. Matt knows why I'm not into it. Tiffany might understand why I'm not into watching stuff with sexual content in it. It's something I told her. I don't think I told her this year, but last year. But she might understand why I'm not really into the sex. I used to watch things with sexual content all the time, but not anymore. If I put on a movie and something happens to pop up, I'm not gonna be like, trying to peek or shut it off for that. I'll watch it, but I'm not really. Even before I was trying to get out of the swearing, I'm just not a fan of movies full of swear words. And there's one of my favorite movies is The Departed. I know I said Top Gun, but I'm thinking like, I am a movie person, right? Movies and music. But The Departed is one of my favorite movies. Why is it gotta be full? Would it be as good without the swearing and stuff? Probably not. I haven't watched any TV this week. Besides YouTube. I haven't played Raid since Matt left. He thinks that's funny. I might give that game up, to be honest. Yeah, I might give Raid up. It was fun, but I don't find it fun anymore. Not that things have to be fun. Fun for everyone. You know what I wouldn't mind having? Some Lucky Charms. But me, who wants to get back, I'm trying to slowly get back into my, trying to get this weight off. I was like, you know what? We will buy multigrain Cheerios. But I did buy Honey Nut Cheerios too. I prefer the multigrain. I think the kids prefer the Honey Nut. Where was I going with this? Today's supper, we're going to have chicken wraps using the turkey strips. I told David, I was like, maybe we should just deep fry them because today's another 30. It's gonna be like probably like 32 today. AC's going. It's nice. I'm actually wearing a tank top with my little pineapple guy on it, and I'm wearing pink short shorts. If you don't like my cellulite legs, don't look at them. But I mean, it's hot today. I don't like showing my upper arms, but I do have a couple of tank tops, and I'm just like, today you're gonna have to see these puppies. It's too hot. I sweated so much yesterday. Oh yeah, I was saying the AC's going, so it's nice and cool in here. Miriam's place is so hot. She has an AC, but whenever I turn her AC on, it cuts the power. Oh, it only cuts the power to the living room and dining room, but she has a stand-up freezer in her dining room as well, and we need that freezer to be on, right? What do you see, Luna? What do you see out there? I bet you she would love it outside, but she's not going outside. Was it no, it wasn't last year. A couple of years ago, Matt and I, before, I think, did David ever have his room in the living room instead of the bedroom? Yeah. The last time we had one of the bedrooms instead of David, because there was one point he liked being out here. Like, not the dining room, but living room. I mean, if you know our living situation in here. I remember one night, I think it was past midnight, and we heard this cat outside. And we were just like, that doesn't sound normal. And we pulled up our blinds, and we were looking and looking. We seen a cat running around. We seen something else running around too. It was a coyote. It got a hold of that cat. Now that's a sound. I mean, it's probably, yeah, to date, it's probably the worst sound I've ever heard. That was sad. What's even sadder is, like, not even 2 minutes later, we see somebody out walking around with the flashlight looking for that cat. I looked at Matt. I was like, you gotta tell him I'm not. So Matt was like, yelled out. He's like, hey, bud, man, are you looking for a cat? And he's like, yeah, my cat got out, can't find it. He's like, Matt's like, I'm sorry, man. He didn't laugh. It's not funny. Yeah, I'm trying to hold back from laughing. Remember how I said that I'm trying not to laugh? Like, Tiffany's Facebook page makes me laugh because of stuff she posts. Now I'm trying to be like, would Jesus laugh at that? While I'm laughing. Or I'm like, I read it, and on the inside I'm like really wanting to laugh, and I'm like, poop. And Matt's like, yeah, sorry, man. Your cat's over there by the trees. I'm not laughing, Luna. I have a runny nose. It's not funny, really. Anyways, it was sad. Buddy went over there. Matt told him what happened. Was the coyote, before Buddy got there, the coyote was still there. And then Buddy went over, and I think then the coyote took off. And the cat was laying in the grass but underneath the trees, and then Buddy went over and kneeled down beside the cat, and he was petting the cat, and it was sad. He stayed there for a good 10 minutes or whatever before he scooped the cat up like this, and he literally walked home with his arms like this and took the cat home. Sorry, guys. I laugh when I shouldn't laugh. That happening to the cat isn't what was funny. For some reason, I thought it was funny at this moment, Matt saying the cat was under the tree. There's too many times I laugh at inappropriate things. Why must I be like that? Matt's like, man, you always find things funny that like where people get hurt and stuff. And I was like, it's not that I find it funny. I mean, I can't help it. Sorry. I still remember when Matt's mom was out here. Was it the last time? Her and I were out for our walks. she was on her cell phone while we were out walking and doing her thing. You don't think she tripped on the sidewalk? And I looked behind me. She was down on the ground. I'm like, sometimes when something happens, I have like a slow reaction. Anyways, did I stand there and laugh? Sorry, yes. I don't think she was mad at me. I mean, I think at this point, Darlene knows how messed up I am sometimes. I told her I didn't mean to laugh. And then we were looking, I was like, where's your shoe? And her shoe was like several feet behind her. I mean, then she was laughing. I think she scraped up her knee and maybe her elbow and her hand. Did her glasses fall off? Possibly. I told Matt, I was like, I'm sorry I laughed at your mom. She tripped and it was funny, especially when I looked back at her. I mean, it was funny. I did help her get up. I mean, she was alright. I think she learned her lesson though, about walking on outside and being on her face in the phone, right? Lesson learned, Darlene. Lesson learned. I still remember a time. Was Terry pregnant with Hannah when this happened? Terry and maybe this might have been before, right before, like literally right before Hannah was born, because it was it was like early winter, possibly. Yeah, there was snow on the ground. Terry, if you're watching this, you know, you might remember, unless your brain is gone like mine. When you and I were walking up the brook, I don't know if we were heading to Nigel's and Leah's, and Dwayne pulled over. Like, we're walking up the brook this way, and there's vehicles coming down this way, and Dwayne pulled over. And were you and I crossing the street because he was going to give us the drive down into the field or whatever? Possibly. Yeah, you were still pregnant with Hannah. And this truck was coming down from up Brook Street, and the truck, instead of staying on its own side, decided to swerve over onto our side, where you and I were. Well, I think you already made it around to the other side of Dwayne's car, but I didn't. And I mean, they didn't. I don't think she hit me, but hit me, and the girl driving that truck hit me enough for me to end up half under her truck and partially. No, my head was over by the front wheel. Anyways, do you remember that scene when she backed up and I got up and I was like, where's my sunglasses that I got from the dollar store? That was funny. And then I asked for a smoke. Do you remember why we were asked not to report that? I do. Somebody didn't have insurance. And they asked. They said, well, they didn't ask. They said, don't report it, pretty much, telling us what to do. I've always said if I had my time back, I would have reported it. I would have reported both parties, actually. Because one person was driving without insurance, and the other person didn't have a license. And they weren't supposed to be driving because my understanding is that they hit somebody or they got in an accident before with somebody's child, I think. I don't know the story because I didn't grow up living there. But I think I would have reported it. When adults tell kids not to do things. Anyways, we ended up going down to Nigel's. I wonder if Mom remembers that. She was mad. Why was she mad, though? Mom, were you mad because I told you that one of the people didn't have insurance? You weren't mad at me for that. You weren't mad at me and Terry because we didn't do anything wrong. Were you mad, though, or that we didn't report you know who for not having insurance? And also because that person, I mean, they did hit me with, I mean, it's not like I went flying or anything, but they still hit me with their truck. Is that what made you mad? Who told me I had a certain amount of time to report that? And then somebody else was like, no, the time's passed. But I found out later the time didn't pass to report that incident. it wasn't that I was. Why did it? It wasn't that I didn't want to report it because the other person didn't have insurance. I mostly didn't report it. Why did I not report that though? Why? My mom and dad would not have cared if I reported it and the other person got in trouble too. I mean, I guess we're talking about Dwayne. He didn't have insurance on the car. So he asked. He didn't ask. He said, "Don't report this." He's the one that ended up having the conversation with the girl in the truck. And then she just went about her merry way, which was... Wow, that's all I can say now. Just because I didn't go flying down the street doesn't mean that should not have been reported. Especially I think what makes me most annoyed about that situation is finding out the story about the lady that was driving that truck, when knowing why she didn't have a license to begin with. The truck she was driving was her boyfriend's. But whose kid? She either hit somebody's kid or she was in an accident with somebody's kid. And I don't know if that kid is paralyzed. They got something medical. I mean, she ruined their life, okay? And she was out still driving without a license. I do remember when it was asked, like, what are you do? Like, when she hit me, it was like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I see, like, you were on the other side of the road. Why did you need to cross over, you dumb shit? Like, that's what I don't get. I seen you on the other side of the road and I freaked out. You seen us on the other side of the road and decided, oh, they're on the other side of the road, woo, and go over? Really? I think, yeah. Sorry, Dwayne, that I'm outing you for not having car insurance when that situation happened. But Mom, why were you mad? Was it because... Did Mom know who the lady was, too? I don't know. I know she was mad. Did I get grounded? Honest, yeah. Because Terry and I, we weren't late, were we? Were we late, Terry, getting back home? Because of that situation? I don't think we were. But did I get grounded for getting hit by a truck? That's kind of funny. But yeah, Terry and I were, I mean, even though her and I were always back and forth with, like, being a-holes to each other, she asked me, I do know the whole reason going up to Brook with her was because she asked me if I would walk up there with her, and I was like, oh, okay, let's go. I probably said, yeah, if you get me a smoke. Yeah. That's funny. I might have some good juicy, well, are they juicy? Stories from the crossing. I still know a funny one about Matt and I when we went to a cabin with Tiffany and Blair. Did anybody else go up there with us? Is that too inappropriate for me to talk about, Tiff? We went up there like 2 times for sure, but there was one time in particular. I mean, I think Tiffany, if you really think about it, you might know. I think it was probably the first time Matt and I went up there with you and Blaine. Not Blaine. Blair. What do you think? What do you think I'm thinking about? Something that you might have seen. You said that was hilarious. You never said anything in the moment. Did you? And I looked over at you. Over the curtain like this. Maybe? Tell me if you remember. Matt and I still talk about that. Yeah, it was funny. I had some good times in the crossing. Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm like sitting here like, do I just want to sit here and ramble on? Or should I be like adios and go get some multigrain Cheerios and then go see Leo? It's 10 o'clock now. I think I should do that. I'm not guaranteeing doing another video. You know what would be nice? Because I mean, I've been on here an hour. I think that's good enough, right? For now. You've seen enough of me for today. I mean, by the time I'm done cleaning that, I might come back looking like I got hit by a bus. Possibly. Might have flour all over me. I mean, no. I'm doing a box cake mix. I'm not making it from scratch. Excuse me. I mean, I still would like to do my nails. I might do those stickers, because it says they last 2 weeks. Maybe I should put them on and... What are you doing? You see her? She probably got like a little piece of rock or something out there playing with it. Yep, try and eat the rock. She won't actually eat it, she'll spit it out. Yeah, I gotta make that cake. My phone just said something. I have it charging while I'm sitting here. So what's everybody doing? Oh, you know what I was gonna say? So Matt said he would buy me a vlogging camera or a GoPro or something so I can do my videos. And I was like, nah, because I probably won't video. And I kind of like videoing. Just pretending you guys are sitting here, right? Or I'm having a conversation with somebody. Instead of me, you know, I should stop doing that. I don't want wrinkles. They're coming. They're coming. Come. I got that video I did at Miriam's yesterday. I got a copyright +1 beside it. I'm not sure what that means, but the music in her house was too loud, so you could hear almost word for word all the songs in that. But I didn't know how to turn off. She has one of those Google thing. She has one of those little devices that I want nothing to do with, by the way. I think she wrote me instructions of how to turn the volume down on it or how to shut it off, and then because she said while I'm not there I need to have it on for Leo so he has some soothing music to listen to and doesn't feel alone. I'm probably not going to video over there today at all though. Yeah, so you know how like some people video almost like a vlogging style, like, but they'll video and then it'll go from one day to the next or whatever, or like they'll video in the morning and then it'll pick back up later in the day. That's kind of how I want to do my videos, but I can't do it on my phone. Me, I thought I could press pause and then pick back up with recording, but if I press pause now and I want to go record like 3 hours from now, it would be I wouldn't be able to because it's a phone. So now I'm like, do I be like, yeah babe, I guess maybe a vlogging camera, either a second-hand one or look for a really good deal, just like a cheap one, or just stick to what I'm doing here. I have to delete the videos after they're done loading and processing, so it doesn't take up all the memory on my phone. We'll see. You guys should give me some topics to talk about, even though I probably won't stick to them. I mean, there's plenty to talk about. I don't want to say all the things now. I gotta keep things interesting. Right? Oh yeah, I was saying, yeah, no, we're doing chicken wraps today. Sorry guys. Sorry. Man, if David moves out. He's like, he's like, Mom, if this does pull through and it happens for me, you're gonna cry, aren't you? I was like, yeah, you know me, right? It's like, how long after your kid moves out do you take their bedroom? I told Grace, I was like, yeah, I'll probably be in there like washing down the walls and stuff and crying at the same time. No, I hope he doesn't move out, but I know guys. I gotta let my little butterfly go butterfly somewhere else. He said last night, no worries. He's like, I don't think you're gonna be a grandma. And I was like, I mean, that's okay. Not a grandma by him. Even though we might not be grandparents from Grace either. I'm not gonna say why. I mean, some people know. I think, well, Tiffany knows. Leah. I think Mom. But again, Grace goes back and forth on that. I mean, you three know what I'm talking about. But she said something 2 nights ago, and I was like, you can't make up your mind, can you? And it's like, well, you know what? You're 13. I mean, yeah, let's just say she's 13 now. She'll be 13 tomorrow. My baby. Can't believe 13 years has gone by. She's been acting 13 though for years. Please, Lord, let Grace mellow out over the next few years. Let her mellow out. I gotta say, is girls are definitely harder than boys. But I think the load is different. The load can still be heavy with boys and girls. It just might be different. Who do I worry more about? I don't know. And David's still my baby, even though he's the oldest. I mean, Grace is my baby too. Do I seem like I might have a favorite? I don't want to have a favorite kid. They're both different in their own ways. I do know parents have favorite kids though. Yes, you guys do. I know. Should I wear a different wig every day? And maybe hats too? David was like, you should go during the month of October. I think, did he say the month of October or just like 1 week during October? He said I should put on like different Halloween costumes. David, where do you think I'm getting money to go buy different Halloween costumes? I completely delete it and shut down. Like, our Amazon is completely like kaput, like it never existed. Because Amazon's dangerous to someone like me, not Matt. But I swear there was Amazon packages from the time the pandemic hit until like sometime last month. Amazon packages were just daily. And then I got on to Temu some way, somehow. Temu came into my life. I mean, I only ordered from Temu like 3 or 4 times, 5, 6. That's completely gone. But you want to know something? Every time I show up to Miriam's and she see me wearing my cool new shirts, she'd be like, ooh, nice shirt. She'd be like, let me see that. And like have me like, check it out, girl, check it out. Where'd you get that? Temu, check it out. Now guess who's opening up their front door every morning and seeing an orange package? Rick is. And he's like, I mean, Miriam's buying him stuff too. She's like, oh, I got him this new shirt. It's like $100 something and I only paid like 30 something for it. Great deal. And she told me that the other day. I mean, when I went to the storage room, I was like, yeah, I guess she's utilizing Amazon and Temu. But when she told me about the last purchase that she did and she got Rick a shirt, and I was like, oh yeah, about that. I don't have Temu anymore. I was like, all those orange packages started showing up, and I was like, yeah, I can't be doing this. And she was like, oh. She's probably like, wow, you got me into this and then you stop. So my Temu account's completely gone. For Shein or Cheyenne, I logged out of that one, and then I removed the app off my phone. And then Sephora. Is my Sephora account finally shut down? Or do I still need help? I don't want my Sephora account anymore. I'm VIB Rouge. That's okay. Did I get rid of it though? I was trying to find a way. I want all my stuff wiped off of Sephora and then delete. And then I know I am for sure logged out of it, and then I took the app off my phone. How easy it is to get on the computer or your phone and be like, ooh, this is nice, click, 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 and then be like, oh, that's not a bad price, and then next thing you know, you hear something, and you're like, what? Check email, and it's like, order received, and I'm like, what? How did that happen? So, if you're wondering, Matt didn't ask or tell me. It came to me that, I kept telling Matt, like, I think I need to reel in. And again, it comes back to inflation. Every time I go to the grocery store and stuff, I see the prices. Like, even for a bag of apples, you're looking like at $10 for a bag of apples. Like a basic fruit. Apples and bananas. Bananas are still cheap. But, I mean, bananas are still cheap. Milk is still cheap. Here, I don't know about where you guys are, because 4 liters of milk here is like $5 and change. Eggs are getting pricey. They're gone up. Again, there's a lot of stuff we're not buying, and I'm going to, as this freezer goes down and I make my way through stuff over the next like 2 weeks, I'm gonna reevaluate. Hey kids, what do you guys really want in here? I'm gonna stop buying produce because I know a couple of times lately the kids are like, didn't you go grocery shopping? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, where's the fridge stuff? And I'm like, it's there. Just gotta look closely. I'm trying to keep the fridge stuff basic as basic. I don't want to buy produce unless 100% sure it's going to be used for a recipe right away, because produce goes bad, and it goes bad so fast. You guys, I gotta go because I need to eat, and I feel like I'm sitting here coming up with more things to talk about, which I could just keep those for another time, guys. I might come back later. Maybe after I get all the things I need to get done, I'll come back. Maybe I'll do a get ready for bed with me. And Leah, that closet clean out is coming. I'm thinking Friday though. Unless, if Matt comes home Friday, probably not. Because I'll have like the house ready for him to be home. But if he ends up not coming home Friday, I'll probably do it the closet clean out Friday. And how I'm going to do that is I'm probably going to take everything out of my closet and bring it out onto my bed and the couch. And then we can go through it and see what's in there versus me standing in front of my closet. I think that would be kind of, and I don't have something I can put my tripod. There's a cat. The people know there's coyotes here, man. You guys are just risking it. I know we know the cats like being outside, but I'm not risking my cat's life. I mean, I have seen some people with their cats outside on leashes, but even if you walk by and someone's got a dog, some dogs are like, they're not, some are aggressive, some aren't. No, I'm not referring to pit bulls. Like, a dog is a dog. It's all in how you raise them. But I don't understand the people who just open up their door for their cats out here, knowing the amount of coyotes that have been around the past couple of years. Like, there's more of them. Matt and I walked past a cub was it last month? I mean, I took a photo. It's online somewhere. But there was 2. We didn't get to see the first one because wildlife already captured the first one. But we got to watch them capture. Well, we didn't stay to watch the whole capture. We just stayed long enough to talk to the wildlife people and watch the cub up in the tree. I gotta go, guys. What was I saying? The closet clean out thing, Leah? I'll show you what I got, okay? No worries. Is that all you want to see? My closet stuff? I gotta go through my dresser. I'm not gonna go through my top drawer with you. That's too personal. But we can go through my other 2 drawers. Maybe put my matching sets back together and get my things ready for fall. Just that slight little cool breeze, and it's like time to get up the warm stuff. Although it's still too warm to sleep with my long pants and at the bed. I have other stuff we could go through. Yeah, why are you letting your cat just roam around, man? taking a risk with Buddy's life. I have other stuff I need to organize. I want to declutter. I'm so worried. I mean, I'm not worried, but what if I get rid of something and then I'm like, I go out and rebuy it? I don't want, that's not the situation we need to be in right now. Alright, guys. I'm gonna stop procrastinating about getting off here and just get off. My coffee's almost gone. You wanna know something? Hang on. I'll look it up. There was something I wonder if I have enough ink in my printer. I came across a photo. Was it on Instagram? And as soon as I seen the photo, I won't say the person's name. I might say it because people might not want, their name coming out of my mouth, whether it's just something funny or not. There's a guy on my friends list. I mean, our whole family knows him. But, I mean, maybe I'll say his name after. I'm going to see if there's enough ink in the printer to print this photo off, and then I'm going to hold it up and show it to you guys. And I want people to tell me, when you see this photo, who would be somebody that's not a family member, but a lot of our family knows? When you see this photo, who do you think of right away? Because I seen this photo and I laughed. I might actually send it to him. He and I are not like close or anything, but there's a lot of times that we talked. Matt knows we talked. Matt knows every conversation. But when I seen this, and then part of me is like, if I say that this photo looks like him, will he be mad at me? Or does he have a sense of humor that he would find that funny? Maybe. Every time I see that Steven Tyler photo where he's got like the sunglasses on and a messy bun and stuff, every time I see that photo, you know who I think of right away? Billy Joe. Every time. I don't know, there's something about him with the messy bun and the sunglasses and that, and I'm like, that looks like Billy Joe. Obviously, she doesn't look like Steven Tyler, but I could see her with the messy bun and the sunglasses. I don't know. It's kind of funny. There was somebody I seen before, and I was like, that's Tiffany. Who was that, though? Was it a guy or a girl? It doesn't mean I see you guys as guys or that. It's just there'll be something, and I'm like, click. It'll come to me. Sometimes I have it right there, and then it's like, what is it? Just like when you trying to come up with a song, and you know it, hear the words playing, but you just can't remember. Does anybody else's rib cage from the front and back this has been a long time since this happened. Did I do something yesterday and not realize it? I can't wear bras because anything that just touches my rib cage, it makes it hurt. I don't think it's actually the bones itself. Maybe it's the muscle fibers. But I haven't had this pain in a long time. It's not like debilitating or anything. It's like more of a nuisance. Well, I told you guys the weather. It's 30. I told you what I'm doing today. I gotta clean 2 rooms over there. Come back here, do some cleaning. Make a cake. Supper's gonna be easy. I need to eat before I leave. I'm not gonna probably exercise today because I looked at what I burned yesterday doing what I was doing, and I was okay with it. I wear a Fitbit. This was recommended by my doctor when all this other crap started happening. I beat my sleep last night. I think I got 5 hours and like 7 minutes of sleep. I was in bed at not 10. I was putting laundry away at 10. I was in bed about 10:30, 11. I think it was like 10:30. And I told Grace, I need you to go to bed so I can go to sleep. I didn't go to sleep though. I ended up staying up till 1 o'clock this morning somehow. Why do I do this to myself? See, Matt's not home, so I'm not sleeping well. I'm gonna start crying. No, I'm not. I'll keep it together. I gotta start putting out some. I gotta be able to talk to you guys without crying. If he ends up not coming home Friday, though, I probably will cry. So if I come on here, like, I mean, he said he should know by tomorrow. Once it kicks in that he's not gonna, that he might not be coming home, like for real. Like if he says, "Yeah, I gotta stay, babe," I'll be like, "Depresso with this espresso." I can't drink espresso. The one time I had espresso was a couple of months ago. I always say last week, couple of weeks ago. I have no idea when anything was. It was this year. Actually, I told Leah, because her and I are always messaging, as though not as much now, because she's at work. And then sometimes, I mean, I'm usually doing stuff. Nothing exciting. Yeah, Matt brought me home this new espresso. There was like some new espresso drink at Tim Hortons. I was like, "Oh, okay, get me that, please. I'll try that instead of my normal tea, because normally I get a tea from Tim Hortons." Brought it home. I drank it, and it was instant, guys. Instant. I will never, ever, ever drink espresso again. Never. Why did it have to do? It tasted good, too. Was it because I chugged it? If I had sipped on it, maybe it would have been better. Anyways, I gotta go. I'm like, I keep saying, how long? Every time I'm like, hey. Any of you guys getting annoyed with how, when I'm talking and then I realize I have something else I want to say? Thankfully, Matt and the kids don't get annoyed, but sometimes Matt will be like, "Tammy, calm down, please, calm down. Take a deep breath, relax." I'd be like, "I thought I was relaxed. Sorry, I got a lot to say." With me, you never know what's going to come next. I mean, I'm not crazy or anything. Mom, Dad, who gave me this? One of you. Anyways, guys. I gotta go for real this time. See ya.